all right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? We're at the desk. Let's get it started tonight, man. Oh, this morning I said tonight, man. Yeah, been grinding like crazy. All right, been grinding like crazy. We'll do the camera. We'll do the camera thing. Let's do the camera. Let's do the camera. Here we go, man. I put the camera on today, man. Huh? How's everybody doing, man? Happy Saturday, y'all. Look, gotta I'm in here in red mode, man. You know, I'm gonna do it like this today, man. Got on three. I got on three. Right. So I'm gonna make these guys continue to keep trying to act like they don't watch me, but when I set the ball, they copy, right? Mm. So good morning, um, good morning, good morning, good morning, man. Hopefully the trolls pull up. My moderators get in here and regulate them. Um, regulate these guys, man. When these guys pull up with the goofiness, get on their helmets, man. You gotta get on these guys' helmets when they pull up over here, because they will pull up over here. You gotta regulate these guys. Where do you eat when everything sounds good? You gotta regulate these guys up out of here. You gotta shut these guys down early when they get over here and get goofy. My moderators, I gotta shut them down. All right, we are working on the craft. Um, Pull a chair up, pull a seat up. We gotta get this joint right here to charge, man. So I'm gonna be here for a hot second, right? I'm gonna be here for a hot second, man. Right? Be here for a hot second, man. Oh yeah, we sound good. Damn, the audio. I don't know, man. It's this microphone is super litty. This microphone is what it is, man. It's the real deal Holyfield, man. I like it a lot, man. I like this microphone a lot, right? So, you know, what's the name? What's the name was trending, man, right? I gotta start getting on my trending Twitter topics. X. They call it X, right? Um and Oscar De La Hoya said the 60-40 split. Now I was in this is what I gotta start doing tomorrow, right? Shout out to all my hitters, War Eagle Council, um, the guys who the people who are actually in communications with me, right? When it pertains to putting out content and all that, the people that I could reach out to and I could be like, yo, what's going on? This, that, and the third. Shout out to all those guys, man. right? Right. I'm just hitting somebody up right now. I'm blocking something in. Like I told you, I got something locked in, a special thing for this weekend. I didn't put it out there. I did not put it out there. And the reason why I didn't put it out there, because like I said, we're moving different now, man. We are moving different. Hulk Hogan, what's up, man? Hit the like button, Hulk Hogan. The Hulkster. I am a real American. Hmm, that's the Hulkster. I am a real American. Fight for what's right for every man. I am a real American. That's Hulk Hogan right there, man. Hulkster, what's up? Me, Gene. Now, are you any kin to the real Hulk Hogan, or you just grew up a Hulk Hogan fanatic fan, and that is your thumbnail, your screen saver? I didn't check you out yet. I didn't check you out yet, because you didn't come in here and get disrespectful. He said, "Let's get it. Let's get that Ric Flair. Woo, yo, where is Blair the Flair? Speaking of flares, man, shout out to this guy. Where is Blair the Flair, man? Yo, Blair the Flair, right? I don't think he really has no muscle with him, man. Cause listen, the welterweight division is wide open. He's not even really in the mix, man. He's not even in the mix or nothing, man. But shout out to the Flair, Ric Flair, and Consequence in the building. Shout out to my manager partner, and Consequence, and the check-in. Salute. Hopefully you smash that like button. That's one of my manager player partners right there, right? Yo, the real players gotta stick together, man. We gotta stick together. Yo, my man Bozy Ennis is one of my player partners, man. So, like I said, I be in communication with a lot of people in this boxing industry. Um, and that's my core that I'm gonna continue to do, right? The people that over the years that have helped me, right? I'm gonna continue to work with them and help them, right? Because it's an understanding there. You know the people that want to see you win. You know the people that don't want to see you win, especially with social media. Because the people that want to see you win on social media, they're gonna show you that. Because a lot of things on social media that help you win are free to do. Sharing of content, passing on of information, liking posts. These are all free things to do, right? Free. These guys, and like I said, I have a list, right? I didn't let the cat out the bag, but I let the cat out the bag now. I told y'all in 2026 we was gonna just the momentum, the machine was gonna be so different, right? And you see that now with a lot of the content that I have. Am I delivering it with the AI, the graphics, the literature, and all that, right? A lot of you motherfuckers don't even hit the like button. Now, when you wasn't hitting the like button before, I felt you. You was always saying that I didn't have all of the illusions. I got the illusions and tricks more, but more importantly, beside the illusions and the tricks, I actually have the substance. The substance. Like I said, I talked to Bozy today, right? Because and I've been in talks with Bozy for a long time. But after I seen what was trending on Twitter, I wanted because um, I'm a real media guy. I came in media guy, right? So I still do media work. I don't do it as much because I just feel like I watched what they was doing. They was throwing this. They'll throw anybody in the way, and I just felt back. And I was like, damn, that's how y'all carrying it. But now more so, my lane that I built is fighter development, marketing, management, advisor, consultant. Major announcement coming up as far as that with my firm and company. Just ain't another big major deal, right? Pause, right? But it is what it is, right? So Oscar De La Hoya yesterday on X social media, it was trending. Um, they want the 60-40 split for the fight. But first, remember, I think he said like 10 million. He was asking for some crazy shit. And what I was watching the Crow community. That's what I call the guys that are the YouTubers that really they're fans, but then they call fighters ducks, but they act like they know the business and understand the business, but yet they call a fighter a duck and all these things. But like I said, they don't. A lot of these guys that want to sit on platforms for hours and discuss boxing terms and all that shit, they have no clue about none of this stuff, man. Negotiations, terms, logistics, and all that, right? But they'll say, yo, this fight is a duck. Yo, he don't want the fight, right? Now, Boots Ennis was getting a lot of that. And I was saying to myself, like, damn, so you just want this guy. Pay attention to this. I'm gonna give y'all the game this morning. So you just want a guy who Boots Ennis, right? That has systematically put himself in position, right? He secured a lucrative contract with Matchroom. He was fighting at home for millions of dollars. He started getting a lot. Well, he always had the social media buzz, right? When he was a free agent. But now he became a champion, a unified champion. He had a ring belt. So he has what we like to call in the business a resume. But not only does he have a resume, he has this right here. Let me go get this. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this? This is a credential. He has credentials. Right here, I'll put this on my neck too. He has credentials now, stats. So all of a sudden now he's just supposed to throw that out, right? To a guy, like I was saying earlier, in Virgil Ortiz, who, when you think about it, what's his actual credentials? Has he been a champion? What belt does what belt has Virgil Ortiz won? He has a good resume, a quality of names like Maurice Hooker. He beat some quality guys, former champions and things like that. But as far as like his actual belt, you want me to go get my belt? I have a belt in here too. Want me to pull the belt out? Let me go get the belt. Hold on. All right, look. I want to got a belt real quick. Look, because I think this is the belt that he has. Well, attempted to have. He had one of these. This is the WBC, right? Now this WBC is special. I'm going to put this up because if you look at this WBC, right? See that autograph on the back of there? That is Buddy McGirt. I'll put that up. That is Buddy McGirt. You know, Buddy McGirt won the WBC, also the IBF. But I don't think Virgil Ortiz has ever had one of those, man. Let me put this up. I don't think he has had one of these, man. Right? Has he had one of these, y'all? Somebody let me know. I don't think he had one of those, man. Look, we're gonna do it up today, man. Content. I don't think he had one of those, but look. The guy that he wants to take the lower share of what's name, not only has had that, he had this. Pull this out. Oh man. This is the IBF. This is the IBF, baby. That's that IBF. Right? He had this right here, the eagle. Flies high, man. He had the hardware, right? He has had the hardware. Smash the like button, man. We cooking over here, man. So the guy that he wants to take a 60-40 split, he had one of these. Yeah, it's that IBF, man. He had one of these right here. Not only has he had one of these, he also had the WBA. I don't have a WBA belt, unfortunately. If I did, I will pull it out. And I don't have the ring belt, but I do have the IBF in the. Where is it? Oh, damn, I'll put it back over there in the case. The WBC, right? And they want that man to take a split that some would say is unfair, right? They would say it's unfair. Man, I seem like a nice woman, you said. Okay. Why do I seem like a nice woman? I don't get that, good brother. What about me looks like a woman? He said I look like a nice woman, right? A nice woman. How do I look like a nice woman? Right? But it is what it is, right? Hopefully somebody will get rid of you. I can't pull you up real quick, but it is what it is, right? If one of the moderators is on deck, please just get rid of that guy, respectfully, right? So Boots Ennis, like I said, he had one of these already. Virgil Ortiz, nothing, but he wants the biggest share of the pot, according to his promoter. Now I talked to Bozy. I was like, yo, we're gonna get to that. I was like, yo, man, social media and all this stuff is saying that you guys are ducking. Now I've been to your gym, man. I seen how you guys operate. I know you not ducking, good brother, but I gotta ask the questions, man. I wouldn't be a editor or a producer, a media guy if I didn't ask the questions, man. So what's up, man? Like, I know I've been to your gym, man. I seen your son get down, man. He's a hell of a fighter, man. He doesn't strike me as somebody who is scared to fight, right? He doesn't come off like that, man. And they're saying that you're ducking this fight, which was a lucrative fight for you. I get it, right? So, Baldy said they're willing to fight, man. But the terms have to be fair. Not only do they have to be fair, they have to be make sense, right? Business wise, which is absolutely correct. So I dig it. I respect it. Now, you got a lot of you guys that sit online and want to be. I think at the end of the day, we got to start putting people in categories, right? And I've been putting y'all in categories: jealous fans, crows, shit like that. If you are a jealous crow fan, but you do good digital work, maybe you should just stick to that. Like, do memes, do your digital creating shit, right? Because I think a lot of times you guys lose sight of that. You guys would be good at that, but then when you try to speak on the business or you try to speak on other things, and you don't have no experience in it, you can't show yourself actually doing any of that. Like a lot of these guys, I remember before I came out of my Clark Kent into Superman, right? Motherfuckers that never interviewed a fighter in person, right? Not only would they try to talk down on me sharing my experiences of interviewing fighters in person, right? For years, right? Years of this, right? These guys would talk down on me and make it seem like I wasn't who I was. And I'll say to myself, like, damn, brother, um, you know, a StreamYard interview with a fighter is basically like what's the shit that they do? The iPhone, FaceTime. That's all that is, man. But if you never interviewed a fighter in person and you're trying to tell somebody that has done these things, right? Not only done these things, been on the scene about how that's done. A lot of you guys, like I said, there's guys now almost 50 years old, finally doing media scrums. I don't even do media scrums, man. That's another reason why I don't even be popping out. I outgrown media scrums, man. When I see a media scrum and I do pop out to events, you know what I do now? I fall back. I don't even record this shit. I just fall back because I feel like the media scrums, and then when you see some of these guys, because you know everybody gets all the same content and footage. When you see you guys that do these media scrums, you look thirsty, you look desperate, right? If you can't get a one-on-one interview with the fighter, this is what you should do. I'm gonna give y'all some free game right here, right? Learn how to work the room. Because 9 times out of 10, when the fighter is there, his manager's there. People from his team are there. These are the people that you should try to start networking with and getting interviews from. Instead of always trying to get the fighter. Get somebody that's on his team, maybe a coach, maybe a handler, right? Now, I remember when I was in the field, right? I used to conduct a lot of interviews and set up a lot of interviews for Jihad Tucker, right? And if people are official, that's on this internet, they'll tell you. But like I said, they didn't want to give me my kudos because you know when you overlook somebody or you try to downplay who they are, what they do, you can't do that. And a lot of people did not want to do that. But I want to shout out World Combat Sports because he always used to highlight that for me. How the Russell brothers, right? I was instrumental in him getting an interview with Gary Antoine Russell, Polo the Dawn, right? Introducing him to Earl Spence's uncle and different people. But one hand watch the other because I remember WCS did that for me, right? Because the first time I ever met WCS, I shared this before and I share it now. He was with Deontay Wilder's team, man. I had no idea he was independent media. I thought he was with Team Bomb Squad, right? The first time I ever met him. It was him, Tay Jones. Look, no relation. I'm a Jones, he's a Jones, no relation, right? But he was with Team Wilder. He was with a lot of those guys Wilder don't have with him no more, right? But he was with those guys, and we was at the hotel, and I was like, I was in there with the Russell brothers, and also had Earl Spence's uncle with me. I had my guys, right? We was just in there kicking it, and I remember I interviewed Polo, right? Because Polo came down. That's family, man. When I dropped those videos with Coach Reem was a baby. Coach Reem said, "Yo, bang bang, Russell gang," right? That's out there. I gotta just remix it, right? It was all of us together. I did the drop, and Reem was a baby. Yo, Reem always been, a star, man. Yo, Reem, it's me, Reem. And Polo. Yo, Reem said, "Yo, bang, bang, Russell gang." It was hard. Fire drop, right? And then I remember interviewing him, right? This is way before I knew about watermarking and trademarking and shit, right? This is how me and WCS met, man. Yo, WCS was in the cut watching the interview, right? And he was saying, yo, like I said, I have so many interviews with Polo, man. So it was just like we was just kicking it at the crib, just talking. And he was giving me gems on gems. And I was about to just put it right out, right? Because I was still, raw and uncut with it. And WCS pulled me to the side. I was like, yo, he was like, yo, you gonna drop that? He was like, yo, they're gonna steal that, right? I was like, how they gonna steal it? And he was like, yo, if you don't put your watermark on that, yeah, they're gonna, and they sure enough did. That's what these guys always do, right? They steal content, right? But I remember he put me on then to the watermark. It's like, yo, you gotta get a watermark on your shit. I mean, look, the rest is history, right? But I want to get over here to Bozy because I talked to Bozy, man. When I seen that Oscar De La Hoya and I was trending, right? So let's give a quick read, man. That's what these guys do. It's cool when they do it, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna read a little bit, y'all. Reading is fundamental, right? Reading is fundamental, right? Look. This is a good one. Yo, this kind of looks like Bozy a little bit. Because Bozy shit is all gray now. Silver Fox. Shout out to Bozy. That really doesn't look like Virgil. The other guy does look kind of like De La Hoya. Now this looks like Boots' brothers. But Boots has a gray beard. I mean, a full beard too. This kind of looks like Farad and his other brothers, man. Right? But let's give this a quick read, right? So the motion talk breakdown: Ortiz versus Ennis, 2026. Watch. Reports are surfacing that Oscar De La Hoya is demanding a 60-40 split in a potential Virgil Ortiz versus Jerome Boots Ennis fight. And now the internet is doing what it does, talking loud without knowing the process. That's what they always do, right? You get these guys that sit on one panel for 3 hours and 2 hours saying the same rhetoric, then be on another panel saying the same rhetoric, right? But don't actually know nothing, ain't talking to nobody in the game, right? Here's what actually matters. Shanewz Boxing LLC media team has been in contact with Bozy and it's just falling train. I hit him up. That's my guy. Bozy has all but confirmed they want the Ortiz fight. Yes, he has confirmed that to me. They are comfortable with fighting Ortiz. The only condition is fair negotiation, fair terms, which is right because this is a business. It's a business. This is no ducking, no fear, just business. The part fans keep missing. Yes, the crows, look what I call them. I said this is where the crow digital motionless gatherings get exposed. Fans love to call fighters ducks when the fights aren't made. They turn around and pretend they understand revenue splits, risk versus reward, promotional leverage, network obligations, mandatory challenges, long-term career positioning. You can't play both sides. If you respect the business, then respect the terms. Matter. If you don't understand the business, stop acting like every delay is cowardness. Will this fight get done in 2026? Yes, if the splits make sense. This fight isn't about ego. It's about who brings what to the table. That is why I showed those belts, y'all. Right? Y'all catching that? Right? Who's carrying what risk? Whether the numbers match the danger. Boots Ennis isn't scared. Ortiz isn't scared. The paperwork is the fight before the fight. Right? Do y'all understand that or no? Now, if I was at the library, I would have went to the board and broke this down for y'all, man. But I think I'm breaking it down with the literature for y'all, right? This is the source experience right here. Shanewz, media, marketing, management, vision overviews. Source over gimmick, substance that drowns out the noise. But hey, what do I know? Well, this is all my little fancy professional shit right here. Copyright claim right there, all rights reserved, right? So now when you guys attempt to steal my shit, that's what you guys been doing for years, stealing my shit. It is stamped and certified. God damn it. Stamped and certified. But go ahead and steal it, man. Go ahead. It doesn't matter. Like I told you, vision over the views. You niggas may do views, but you have no vision. How's the content looking, man? Put it in the comment section, man. Put it in the comments section. How is the content looking, man? Right? But they are ready and willing to fight, man. It's just about coming to respectable terms that are fair, that make sense. Did y'all follow that? Did y'all follow that breakdown real quick, man? How was that, man? I'm a half hour in. Did y'all follow that? Now we're gonna switch gears a little bit. I'm gonna switch gears. Now look, I gave y'all some boxing. Don't sit up here and don't act like I don't give y'all boxing. That was all boxing right there. And that was allegedly a boxing topic that is trending. Right? That is trending because this is a big fight that everybody wants to see. But I like the thumbnail a lot. I love the thumbnail a lot, right? I like that one too. I did that yesterday. Let me see who's at the gym. If somebody's at the gym, I'm out of here, y'all. I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna keep it tall. If somebody's at the gym, I'm out of here. Right? Let me see. Is anybody at the gym? Oh. If they at the gym, I'm out of here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if the gym is rocking and rolling. Oh man. I could, yo, the charge at the gym charged this phone quicker. I may just run down to the gym. Cause the charger at the gym, we have a fast charger down there. This phone would have been charged already at the gym. I think I might do that, man. Cause and then I'll come back and do more live streams. What do y'all think? Put in the comments section, man. What do y'all think? Should I do that? Should y'all do that? Like I told somebody I'm going to the gym now to get ready. I'm going to get ready. Are you ready? I'm going to get ready, man. I'm going to the gym. Let me take off some of this jewelry, man. This right here, fighter team. Um, this was the special one. Cause I haven't really covered too many of the ring events, but I popped out. I got a fighter team joint. I was at the ring thing, man, and like I said, I built my name up, man. I built my name up. That's why when certain fuck boys, part of my language, attempt to diminish the things that I have built, I go hard, man. That's why I keep them in the bushes, man. Like, don't speak on my name, man. Especially if you have no status, right? So shout out to Corey. Corey, I did the video yesterday, and I said, if you have no rank or no status, don't speak on a general. Corey said that Skip Bayless is a crash dummy. I don't think Skip Bayless is a crash dummy by far. Skip Bayless is a media giant on the low with a lot of connections, many connections. I don't think he's a crash dummy. Corey, when I was referring to crash dummy, I'm referring to niggas with no status. If you have no status, you gotta play where you play at, man. In the dirty section, in the cruddy section. You have no status, man. You have no right to even speak on. Like, that's like me. When I first came into the game, right? And I remember being around, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation. And I think I forget what press conference we was at, man. And he was, Dante's Boxing Nation was in me. But I'm like, damn, man, you that dude, bro. I even got a drop with him. I gotta find that. He gave me a drop, man. I think I got some of the most illest drops in the game. He gave me a drop, man. This is when he was still covering boxing, right? Because he was like, he seen how I knew all the fighters, and they knew me. I was talking to Robert Easter's dad, and I'm gonna tell you what really used to get them. Right. And shout out to EJ. They used to see how EJ used to go crazy over me, bro. Right. That's why a lot of EJ, God blessed him, man. He survived that crash. He's doing a lot better, right? But a lot of these fans, they idol worshipped him. They still do to this day. And when I went at him, right? And it's documented, man. When I went at him, right? These dudes worship the ground he walks on. They couldn't understand how because they don't respect me. They don't look at me like that. Talk to him the way I did and carried it, right? Still to this day, because they idol worshipped him, man. But see, they didn't know our history, right? They don't know our history, man. They don't know that I really know that guy, right? Broke bread with him, right? So at the end of the day, when I seen him go off of the track, right? And like I said, I know his uncles, I know his mother, I know his aunties, right? I was like, what the fuck are you doing, idiot? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, man? And they couldn't understand that because these niggas they idol worshipers. They idol worshipers, man. But Dante was in there. Dante seen how I look, man. I was in there. Shout out to Joe. I had on a sheepskin. I had on a sheepskin bomber, man. I was in the spot, right? Right. Yo, Dante's Boxing Nation was there. Man. He was like, yo, who the fuck is this guy, man? He seen me and Mark Breland. I was chopping it up with Uncle Mark Breland. I was like, Mark the Shark, right? Yeah, that's when shout out to the PBC. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I front on them a lot too. But at one point in time, they was rolling, man. The PBC was really rolling, man. Yo, we was at the high end. I think it was the Temple. The PBC is on some Masonic shit though. You know, right? We was at one of these spots, and it was like a presser, and they be having listen, I'm used to this type of this type of treatment, man. Right? That's why I always I think I had WCS laughing when we did the Shakur Stevenson shit. We did the Shakur Stevenson shit, and if you know, right, real talk. For the people that's really in the game, you know this, right? When you go and cover these events, they be having a nice spread. They have a nice spread for the media and the people there, the families and all that. Yeah, they be having a spread, food, alcohol, everything. Well, not the alcohol. They have refreshments. Look, I'm not gonna expose the real. Some of these promotion companies they do, but we're not gonna get into all of that, right? But they do have a spread, the good waters, the Italian mineral sparkling with all that good shit, right? So I remember I had my brother in there. I used to always bring different niggas, hood niggas, to try to enlighten them and let them see outside the hood, right? So we was in there and I was running around, right? I'm gonna post my picture with Derrick James. Derrick James was on me, right? Because I had when I step out sometimes, I throw it on, man. I had on my sheepskin bomber, man. I had my look on, right? And I remember fucking with my brother, right? This old ghetto, ignorant ass nigga. I said, yo, man, go get one of the Perriers, man. I was like, yo, man, this nigga want to smoke weed and do all kind of hood dumb shit. I'm like, yo, man, let's go get one of them Perriers, man, and chill out, man. Get a Perrier, man. Get one of them good waters over there. Because they had the Perriers and shit, right? So I grabbed the Perrier. I had the Perrier water, right? I said, yo, man, you just got to grab a Perrier and sip on it and go over there and network with some of these people, man. Tell them you a rap and shit. Maybe you could rap and walk one of these fighters out or something. But he never used to catch the vibe, man. He used to just be in there in his own world, right? But Dante's Boxing Nation seen me. This is way before I was doing media. He came up to me and me and him started talking. And he was like, yo, what do you do? And I was just, fucking with him. I was in awe of him. I said, yo, man, I want to do what you do, man. I was like, yo, you interview everybody. Yo, he sparked it for me. He said, all you got to do is just do it, man. And he had a phone. And the rest is history. The rest is history. But we was in the spot together, man. He was in awe of me because he seen how I knew everybody, man. He seen how I knew damn near everybody in the room, man. And he seen how I was working the room. And he told me something that stuck with me to this day. He was like, yo, people gravitate to you. He was like, yo, they gravitate to you, man. He said, yo, I'm watching, right? He was like, yo, I'm watching. He was like, yo, everywhere you went, somebody came up to you, right? And he was like, yo, what do you do? He was like, what do you do? And I was like, yo, I just be in here, man. And then he seen how I was kicking it with E, man. I was giving E the strength, man. Because E had a whole bunch of this. That's why his shit went the way it was. Because he had a whole bunch of niggas around him that was stealing his energy. Real talk. These niggas was never there for the support. They was just there to be seen next to that nigga. And I used to always see that shit. Because he was in, EJ was in the spot weak as hell, man. He struggled to make 147 for years, man. I'm not seeing that shit. I was just talking to him. I was sitting right here. Look, how we sitting right here. He was sitting right there next to me, and I was just kicking it to him, right? Because I seen he was looking weak. He looked like he needed some Pedialyte. I was like, yo, fam, you look strong. Just talking, on my Bundini. Like, yo, you strong, fam. You gonna do this shit. I was on my remember when Marlo And Chris was talking, and Marlon said, "Yo, we're gonna do this shit, son. Word up." That's what I was telling EJ. I was like, "Yo, you gonna do this shit, son?" I was like, "Yo, word up, man." That nigga just started cheesing and smiling. You know how EJ smile? He started cheesing. I was like, "Yo, you gonna do this shit, son? Word up." My man was over there in the cut. He was watching. He was like, "Damn, yeah." He was like a lot of these fan niggas that being EJ. Yeah, they was wondering what we was talking about, and they was just saying. It was like, "Yo, whatever he's saying to him, yo, the vibe is in him, right?" How's the content looking, y'all? How's the content looking? See, I don't hate EJ, man. I never did, man. I always had real genuine love for that dude, man. I just didn't want him to fuck shit up how he did. Because I know his family. And I know the bloodline he's from. And he went down that path, man. Because a lot of his uncles, rest in peace to Cold Cheese. Rest in peace to Mitchell. Yo, they was nice with these, man. Just like EJ, right? Yo, remember my interview with Buddy McGirt, my cousin? Yo, my cousin said, "Yo, man, niggas' family's known for fighting, man. They was they was the fighters of the neighborhood, man. Right? He's cut from that cloth, but he treaded the line, but he broke the cycle. He made it, but he also went off the ledge, man. He went off the ledge, man. But it's good to see him back. I don't think he's gonna fight again. If he does, he does. But I don't think he needs to. Financially, he's straight. Um, Medically, I don't think it's in his best interest to fight. I'm just saying, a lot of y'all, y'all want to see him fight for what? I don't know, because when he was out here fighting on some drunk, ball brawling type shit, you niggas just wanted to see, yeah, whatever, whatever. But I'm about to run down to the gym, man. I'm gonna run down to the gym. I'll finish this at the gym, man. Um, Hopefully y'all enjoyed this sauce. I wanna go work out, man. But shout out to Bozy, shout out to Boots, even Team Ortiz, man. Hopefully y'all get this shit to the finish line, man. But this is the sauce experience, the news by Shanewz, man. You do have options, man. Right? And be ready, man. I got something in the works, man. I'm just waiting on the call, man. I'm waiting on the call, y'all. Once I get that call, right? Once I get that call, it's up, right? Or the confirmation. I might have another nice boxing surprise for y'all. Real talk. I'm gonna have another nice boxing surprise for y'all, man. But this is the sauce experience, the news. Shanewz, media marketing management consultant agent. You do have what? Options. I holla.